Greetings, beloved viewers. My hair has a mind of its own today. Look at this. Yeah, if you put on a white background, it wants to be loud. It wants to take all the attention from me. It's as if there's a wind passing by and my hair permanently captured that moment. Today, I'm gonna tell you about my first job. It was freshman year of college, and you know Pinkberry? Oh, it was hot and trending at that time. People were waiting long lines to get that froyo. Pinkberry originated from LA and the stores tended to be small. People would wait in line and it would wrap around the building or like around corners of a street. It didn't matter how long that line was. People would get in that line. They would wait even 30 minutes, even more than that, just to get swirled goodness, that taste of heaven. In my honest opinion, Pinkberry is a Gucci of froyo. Yes, Pinkberry can be a little pricey, but no one can beat their original flavor. Alright, so everyone's taste buds are a little different, but in my world of taste buds, whoa, it's the best original frozen yogurt out there in the world, maybe even in all the universes combined. I'm not gonna lie, I do love other froyo shops because of their other flavors and, you know, their affordability, but when it comes to the original, Pinkberry. So when I was a freshman in college, Pinkberry opened up another branch not too far from my college housing. I couldn't help myself but apply. I was hired just like that. Pinkberry was a place I learned to cut all my fruit, from kiwi to pineapple to strawberries. What else is there? Well, every fruit at Pinkberry, I learned how to cut every single one of them. I still remember how proud I was when the customers came in and they would look at all the toppings. I was like, yeah, honey, I cut that. My Korean American boss, he was pretty cute. He had a very young face. He did some questionable things. Like, he met this girl at a club a weekend before and then he would bring her in. It's cool if she hangs out inside Pinkberry, but she's a customer, right? She doesn't work there, but she would still go back and forth between the kitchen area, which if you don't work there, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, girl, you don't own this place. I'm the one cutting my fruit. This is my fruit palace. You can stay here if you know how to cut a pineapple. JK, I wasn't territorial. Yeah, so she wasn't friendly. She never say hi. She just goes back and forth as if she owns my fruit palace. But I didn't think much about it. I was like, whatever, life goes on. No big deal. As long as the mangoes were decently ripe, I was happy. However, if the mangoes were too ripe, I was not happy. Super ripe mangoes, great for taste, but when you cut them, they get super slimy and they get all mushy. So after you cut the carton of mangoes and you want to top your froyo, it doesn't look pretty at all. Slightly less ripe mangoes look better in food photography. Super mushy ones, it just looks messy and like, you know, working at Pinkberry might seem cute because it looks cute, but actually I had to cut like X amount of cartons of fruit every hour. My manager would come and check every hour and see how I'm doing. There's also a 360 camera in the corner, and people who worked in the offices of Pinkberry, they would be watching that. So when I was cutting my fruit, I mean, it's an innocent thing to do, but to have this camera watching me constantly, every second, it was a bit uncomfortable. I was so mindful of every move I made. Especially at that time, I wasn't making YouTube videos, and I was still very camera shy. Well, specifically, I wasn't like camera shy, I was video shy. I ended up working at that Pinkberry for 1.5 months, which is not very long, but it was enough to learn how to cut all my fruit. It would have been nice to work there longer, but I was in school and I needed to keep my grades up so I could keep getting the scholarships. So it's been 10 years since I worked at Pinkberry. Where does the time go by? Woo! Even though I don't eat Pinkberry as much as I used to, I still love it very much. Back when I was a freshman in college, I used to eat it every week, at least once, twice even. Sometimes even 3 times. I mean, I needed to work at Pinkberry and get my discounts and free yogurt at the end of the day. I have a confession to make. Months after I worked at Pinkberry, one of my ex-coworkers told me that, oh, usually people, we gotta return our uniform. But I was like, oh, well, no one told me, so I'm gonna keep my uniform as a souvenir because I love Pinkberry so much. I just had to. I mean, come on, this is 10 years old, I still have it. This is how much I love Pinkberry. This is my shirt. Oh yeah, in the back, there's that Pinkberry logo. It comes with an apron. There's also a pink version of this outfit, but I chose the blue one. The pink was too girly for me, and I felt like it stood out more like a highlighter. I didn't want like super eye-hurting uniform. Here's my apron. Still has my name tag on it. Mina! And for some reason, in the crotch area, it was like really worn out. I don't know why. It's not like I was leaning on the table, but I don't know. It's a mystery. Mystery. You know what? I feel like wearing this. And this is still knotted. And I don't want to unknot it because I'm sentimental. I knotted it, the back of this apron, when I was a freshman. So I don't want to undo that knot. It's kind of magical touch I want to leave on this apron. And then we had to wear this like flimsy hat. Even if it's flimsy, it works. It's a clean shape. Yeah, so this is my outfit. And I'll be cutting my fruit. Pineapple, strawberry, mango. Alright, that's enough cuteness. For those of you who are looking for your first job, even though if it's not necessarily a direct stepping stone to your end career goal, choose something that you enjoy. Whether you enjoy a company's product or their services, or you have shared values. As for me, I loved Pinkberry's yogurt, so it made it more fun for me to work there. Even if the higher-ups were like demanding more cartons of fruit from me every hour, I look forward to taking froyo home at the end of the day. Whenever there is leftover, we'd take it. Oftentimes, I would take 4 large cups of Pinkberry frozen yogurt home, and I give it to all my college buddies. Even if I love Pinkberry's froyo, that's a lot of frozen yogurt for one person to enjoy. You gotta share that joy. For those of you already in the middle of your career or already had a first job, what was your first job? Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Bye-bye.